Welcome to ESCAP's induction modules on gender equality. In this module, we will be looking at the care economy. In 2015, the UN and its member states adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development as part of a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and improve the lives and prospects of everyone everywhere. At the core of the 2030 Agenda are the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Gender equality is represented under Sustainable Development Goal 5, in recognition that gender equality is not only a fundamental human right in itself, but also a crucial building block for a peaceful, successful, and sustainable society. In recognition of the adverse effects that the unequal distribution of unpaid care and domestic work have on advancing gender equality and women's empowerment, SDG 5, Target 4 explicitly calls on member states to recognise and value unpaid care and domestic work through the provision of public services, infrastructure, and social protection policies, and the promotion of shared responsibility within the household and the family as nationally appropriate. The care economy is an umbrella term used in reference to all forms of paid and unpaid care work provided by people as a necessary element of human survival, welfare, and economic stability. The provision of care work is the foundation of human life and has an intrinsic value, being the precondition for a thriving and sustainable economy with a productive workforce. A wide range of activities are included in care labour, including both direct care, such as providing childcare or caring for the sick, elderly, or disabled, and indirect care, such as domestic tasks like cooking, cleaning, and collecting firewood and water. Care work, both direct and indirect, can be performed in the paid labour market in occupations centred on healthcare, education, and housekeeping, as well as in the unpaid domains of the home, the community, and voluntary organisations. Whilst care is undeniably an essential component of human nature, it is vital that it is managed efficiently and in a way that promotes and ensures equality. However, prevalent and entrenched gender stereotypes and cultural norms have mostly relegated care work to women, who frequently assume the role of primary caregiver within the household. As a result, women around the world typically spend disproportionately more time than men performing unpaid care and domestic work, undermining their economic empowerment and mental and social well-being. Women in Asia and the Pacific spend 4.1 times more time than men on unpaid care work. Men perform the lowest share of unpaid care work of all regions. This has far-reaching consequences for women's capacity to participate in the labour market on an equal footing with men, as their unpaid care and domestic obligations significantly limits their time and employment options. The care economy is a crucial driver of economic growth, gender equality, and societal well-being. Investments in unpaid care work, childcare services, and early childhood care and education offer substantial economic benefits, including the potential addition of $3.8 trillion to Asia and the Pacific's economy through the recognition of unpaid care work. The unequal distribution of unpaid care work has had a substantial impact on women's economic empowerment. In Asia and the Pacific, around 52.6% of economically inactive women cite unpaid care responsibilities as one of the main reasons for staying out of the labour market. In contrast, only 7.8% of men stay outside of the labour force for the same reason. This has contributed to a substantial gendered gap in the labour force. The impact of the care economy and unpaid care work on women's labour force participation is also made evident by the motherhood penalty. The maternity penalty happens when a woman's career suffers as a result of discriminatory recruitment and promotion decisions, reduced working time or employment in family-friendly occupations with flexible working hours but low pay. As a result, only 51% of women with children are employed, compared to 78.5% of men in Asia and the Pacific. It is important to emphasise that having children only has a detrimental impact on a mother's work. In contrast, fathers typically experience a phenomenon known as the fatherhood bonus, wherein men who have children are frequently offered higher salaries than those without. This reflects societal expectations that women will take the role of primary caregiver while men will take on the role of breadwinner. Unequal distributions of unpaid care and domestic work also have a significant impact on women who are engaged in the labour market. The need to balance responsibilities for unpaid care work with paid work has seen approximately 64% of economically active women in Asia and the Pacific seek employment in the unregulated informal sector. While men are just as likely to work in the informal sector, women are more likely to experience its negative repercussions, making it a topic of particular concern for those who promote gender equality and women's economic empowerment. The informal sector can, and frequently does, place its employees in precarious jobs that offer inadequate pay, subpar and dangerous working conditions, and a lack of social security safeguards due to its unregulated nature and the invisibility of many of its workers. ESCAP has been spearheading efforts to address the challenges surrounding unpaid care and domestic work in the Asia-Pacific region. ESCAP, in collaboration with the Institute of Development Studies, has been at the forefront of research and knowledge production related to the care economy and has produced numerous knowledge products, including regional reports, numerous country case studies, and technical materials, including capacity-building handbooks for policymakers and a primer on investing in the care economy. ESCAP, in collaboration with the Institute of Development Studies, developed a conceptual framework to support the development of care-sensitive and gender-differentiated care policies. The framework provides a comprehensive view of the factors essential for understanding the intricacies of the care economy and crafting effective care policies. It highlights that the care economy, and women's roles within it, are influenced by various differentiating and moderating factors, including women's socio-demographic characteristics, household dynamics, population trends, societal aging, changing family structures, and country-specific contexts. Additionally, it underscores the significance of enabling factors, particularly macroeconomic policies, in shaping the care economy. The proposed care-sensitive policy framework places care recognition at its cornerstone. To address the unpaid care and domestic work, the framework proposes 4 categories of differentiated care-sensitive policy responses. The first category is care infrastructure. Policies addressing care infrastructure are those that recognise and reduce the burdens placed on women in terms of time and intensity when providing care to the family. These include investing in improving upon access to clean water and sanitation, energy-efficient fuel sources, electricity, time and energy-saving devices for household work, safe transport facilities, and safe housing. These also include facilities that address the health and physical well-being of those who depend on care, such as clinics for pregnant women, people who are ill, and persons with disabilities. The second category is care-related social protection. Care policies for social protection require that states establish and enhance social insurance, for example contributory schemes, and social assistance, such as cash transfers, vouchers, and tax benefits, and ensure that access to these provisions are not constrained by conditionalities. It is also important that states analyse existing social protection policies to ensure that they benefit women. The third category is care services. Care service policies aim to redistribute some of the responsibility for caring for children, the disabled, the elderly, and the sick away from families and women, in particular, and onto the state or market. Such services could include daycare centres and integrative elderly care. It is critical that these care services be affordable, easily accessible, and of high quality. The final category is employment-related care policies. Examples of employment-related care include, but are not limited to, the implementation of policies guaranteeing equitable parental leave and benefits, increases in workplace flexibility, and company-mandated childcare services and creches. In light of women's significant representation in the informal economy, it is critical that policies pertaining to care in the workplace incorporate provisions for the protection and advancement of women who work in the informal sector. Leveraging its analytical expertise, ESCAP is actively engaged in providing capacity building and technical assistance to governments across Asia and the Pacific, focusing on valuing unpaid care and domestic work and investing in the care economy. ESCAP leads targeted care economy projects in collaboration with governments in Cambodia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Laos PDR. These initiatives include supporting the organisation of national care consultations, yielding recommendations aligned with ESCAP's conceptual framework on the care economy. Notably in Cambodia, ESCAP is involved in developing a national framework for action, and in the Philippines has supported the drafting of a local care ordinance. Furthermore, at the regional level, ESCAP organises forums to foster partnerships and regional cooperation, promoting collaborative efforts to address the challenges and opportunities within the care economy. ESCAP also engages in important advocacy and awareness-raising events on unpaid care and domestic work. ESCAP has joined the Global Alliance for Care to bring their urgent call to take concrete action to recognise and invest in care and domestic work to Asia and the Pacific. This partnership gathers 130 members from different governments, civil society, the private sector, and international organisations. In 2023, the United Nations General Assembly passed a new resolution for an International Day of Care and Support to be commemorated annually on the 29th of October. ESCAP organises regional commemorations of this significant event. Finally, ESCAP actively promotes awareness of the care economy through its social media presence and numerous blog posts. By engaging audiences online, ESCAP shares insights, initiates discussions, and advocates for valuing and investing in the care economy. For more induction modules and gender-related information, head to the AP Gender portal at www.asiapacificgender.org. And to stay up to date with all our other work, check out www.unescap.org or follow us on our social media channels. Thank you.